Hello everybody, my name is Evan and these are my stats and ECs. But before we get into the video, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. I did not get into any Ivy schools or even apply to any Ivy schools. I didn't get any top 20 schools. I didn't cure cancer, go to any like Ivy League camps or do anything crazy or go to like national competitions. I'm just like an average, below average student, so this is nothing crazy. Okay, just to give some context on me, I'm from Georgia. Go Dogs. My freshman and sophomore years, I went to a big public high school, and then I transferred after my sophomore year to a small private Christian school in Georgia. My family's a middle to high income earning family. I was born in the U.S., and I did not fill out my nationality section on my Common App. Now about my school, so we actually did not do unweighted GPA, nor did we do class rank. So just getting straight into my GPA for all of high school, so it's underweighted because we don't do unweighted. My weighted cumulative GPA was a 4.09. Cumulative numeric average weighted 95.97. And that was just for all of high school. But yeah, and for I'll put my freshman year grades right here. Okay. I took pretty standard classes freshman year. And I think, actually I'll just go, yeah, okay. Here, sophomore year classes. Somewhere right here. All right, and then here are my junior year classes, somewhere right here. Okay, and then here are my senior year classes. Okay, some of you guys might notice that senior year was a huge step up compared to ninth grade to 11th grade. You guys might notice 9th grade to 11th grade, I took relatively easy classes, you could say. They're really like on course, not too rigorous. But I did have decent grades in them. That's why I got the GPA that I did. And then just to get the transcript looking better, my senior year, I kind of crammed in what it says here, 3 APs, which is, for me, that's a lot. And then 4 DEs, which for those who don't know is dual enrollment, which is like college classes, college credits. And don't do that. It was like, please don't do that. It was such a big step up, and like too much of a big step up, that it quite literally killed me. Like senior year, most people say senior year is super fun and easy, but senior year for me was the most stressful time I've ever experienced in my life. However, it was really fun. But anyway, looking back, I would say that starting freshman year, or starting just as early as you can, taking rigorous classes and doing well in them that's the base of your college application. If I were to take more rigorous classes and get good grades in them, I would have gone into those schools, or I probably would have gone into more schools that I got rejected from. And yeah, that's just something that I wish I did looking back at it. Okay, now, as I said, we did not do class rank. We did do APs. I took 5 APs over all of my high school career. 3 of those 5 APs came during my senior year. As I said, it was just too much on me. But this is a little embarrassing, but all of my APs I actually got 2s on, which looks really bad. Yeah, I can just don't say, it looks really bad. Except for the one that I just got back a few days ago, I got a 3 on, which was AP Macro, which was a class I took senior year, which of course I couldn't submit to college application because I couldn't submit on my college application because I submitted the application around like my junior year or senior year. So, and we didn't get AP scores back, is what I'm trying to say. So I basically didn't submit any of my AP scores. I just took the classes because they look good on the transcript. And I did decently well in most of them, except for A-Push. So yeah. Now about my test scores, I did not submit ACT. I only took it once because it was required by my high school, but I didn't study for it or anything. But I took SAT and I submitted it as a 1300 super score. I honestly took it, I think, 5 to 6 times. And it's a pretty mid score, but to me it was really good because I studied so much for it. I really hoped for a little better score, but it could have been worse. So 1300 was fine with me, and that's what I submitted to my colleges. Okay, for those who did not go watch my college decisions reactions video, which I'll put right here again, please go watch that. But if y'all haven't, I'll just say the schools that I applied to. And yeah, so I applied to 9 schools. I applied 3 safeties, 3 targets, and 3 reach schools. So for my safeties, I applied to Kennesaw State University, Georgia Southern University, and GCSU. I'm actually going to GCSU. I'll talk more about that later. For my targets, I applied to University of Tennessee, Florida State University, and NC State. And then for my reaches, I applied to Georgia Tech, University of Florida, and UGA, which is University of Georgia. I got into all of those schools except for UF, UGA, Georgia Tech, and Florida State. But yeah, the big reason I went to GCSU is because I actually got into the honors college there. And when you go to an in-state school, if you're from Georgia, if you go to an in-state college and you are eligible for these 2 scholarships, which I was, it's called Hope Scholarship and Zell Miller Scholarship. If you get both, which I really worked hard for at the end of my senior year, again, like it was really hard, but I was eligible for both, and it was actually like having both of these is basically a full ride, which is basically the only reason why I chose GCSU, and it's not too far from where I live. All right, now for my extracurriculars, I would say these are the main reason that I got into as many colleges as I did. Without my activities, I definitely wouldn't have gotten to some of the schools that I got accepted to. So this is the big buffer of my college application. I'm just going to go over them real quick. All right, so first we have basketball. I played JV and varsity all throughout high school, freshman year through senior year. I led my team in assists my junior year, and then I led my team in points senior year. I also was all-region, honorable mention my senior year, and I was team captain my sophomore and senior years because I switched schools. So it kind of gave me like 1 year to kind of get used to the program and the team captain. But yeah, I led my junior and senior year of school. I led that team to their first playoff appearance in 8 years. I also nationally competed on a Puma-sponsored team for my AAU team, which is basically like off-season club basketball. Okay, next is community service. My sophomore year, I joined a club called Helping the Homeless Club, and then once I moved schools, my junior year, I kind of brought that club to my new school. So I created Helping the Homeless Club at my new school, and it had over 100 plus people. We made sandwiches for the homeless a lot. We went to Atlanta, because I live in Georgia. We went to Atlanta, gave out food and supplies a lot. We did a lot of community service hours just regarding like helping organizations and nonprofits by volunteering our time. And yeah. And then I was president and creator of that club my junior year. And then senior year, I was the president of a new club to our school called Interact Club. I was president of that club. We did a lot of similar things, but the only difference was it was basically sponsored by Rotary International, which is kind of like a global humanitarian organization. And yeah, basically the only difference is that I would speak in city council meetings in front of all the sponsors, and it was a lot more official and I would say serious because I kind of created the Helping Homeless Club, and then this was established by the school and the county for my senior year. And yeah. All right, next is music. So all the way from my freshman to senior year, I played trumpet, and actually starting 6th grade, I played trumpet. And I think this is also a big part of my application that helped me stand out. I did all types of band. I did normal band, wind ensemble. I did jazz band, solo and ensemble band. I did pep band. I did district honor band. And yeah, I think what helped me stand out as well, like really helped me stand out, is my freshman year I made the highest band, which is only like mostly seniors and juniors. I made the highest band as a freshman, so that was huge, definitely. And then I was first chair trumpet at both my first school and when I transferred at my second school as well. Yeah, that definitely helped. I practiced a lot, so yeah. All right, next is a form of work I did. This wasn't too official. I kind of made this up. Not made it up. I kind of made up the name and made it sound official, but I really just I help train kids in my driveway for basketball. I help them practice. I train them. I did drills with them, coached them through it. I said founder and basketball trainer of Drive 17, which is kind of a name I made up on the spot. So I just wanted to fill out all the slots on my activities section. So, but I did help train kids, so I put that on my activities section. And that was my junior and senior years. All right, next is a podcast I founded. So I made a podcast called The Life Experience Podcast. You guys can actually go check it out. It's on Spotify. It's on iPodcasts. It's on, honestly, anything. There's so many. But iTunes, you guys can go check it out. But I put that. I'm not gonna lie. Creating the podcast was kind of a resume builder for this activity section, but I do still run it and keep up with it and make episodes for the podcast today. It has over like 400 to 500 listeners now, but at the time it had 170 plus listeners, which it's something, but it isn't that much. So that was my junior and senior year until now. All right, next, I put about a mission trip I went to on my junior year. We went to Kenya. Nairobi is a city in Kenya we went to, and then we went to more rural villages in Kenya and stayed there. Basically, it was a mission trip to, counseling to help HIV and AIDS in Kenya, because that's a big problem there. It was with a nonprofit organization called Untold, and that's the reason we went. And we spent 10 days there, so yeah. All right, next is a website I founded. You could either say website or app, but it's a website. You can't look it up anymore because I took it down because I was spending too much money on it and it wasn't getting that much traction. But basically, I realized that I wanted to make a website just specifically for states. Like, you could tap your state and it would filter out websites just for that state, and it was at least 20 to 30 plus scholarships per state that you click on. And then you could also compile a bunch of states and get all the scholarships from those multiple states. So I made that. It got some traction. It has 1,000 plus scholarships, and I know it's not a huge database, but I hand put it all of them, and it was honestly so stressful. It wasn't even stressful, it was just hard. It took really long. But yeah, I put 270 plus users, and obviously it's grown since before I've taken it down. But yeah, that was from end of my junior year until I think end of my senior year. Yeah. All right, next is another form of work I did. Believe it or not, I was actually a mascot for Chick-fil-A. I was one of those people that was in a costume at 5K runs or at professional sports games. I was in those suits. It was 11th junior year, I think junior summer to, I think it was honestly just junior year summer. But I did put 11th and 12th, so I guess it was kind of in the middle. But basically, I was in the suits. It was really hot and musty, but, you know, I got some money from it. And I guess you could have counted as an internship for a marketing company. It was for mustard seed marketing is what it's called. And yeah, that was a form of work I put on my activities. All right, next is another form of basketball coaching I did. I helped coach, went to all the practices for the Cherokee Special Olympics, basically for disabled kids or people with special needs who wanted to play basketball. I helped coach them. I went to their practices, went to the games, and it was really fun, actually. We had a great time. We helped them improve, and that was from my sophomore year to the beginning of my senior year. So, yeah. Okay, and lastly, my freshman year, I hosted a Japanese student, a foreign exchange student, at my home. So, from 6th grade to my sophomore year of high school, I took Japanese, and so for my freshman year of high school, they were offering this thing where you could host Japanese students from Okinawa, and we hosted one. I think it was for about 9 to 10 days, and yeah, we basically just helped the student improve his English and learn more about American culture, and yeah. All right, so that is it for my activities. I do want to say something though. One thing I would recommend for maybe my sophomores and freshmen, maybe even the juniors, that you start, if you're going to do an activity, try to make it long term and don't like try to cram it or resume build kind of like I did a little bit. Try to start something early and like build it up throughout time so you can show admissions at college admissions counselors that you're committed to something and that you're really trying at a certain hobby or activity, because that really shows them that you're not just building your resume just to build it. Okay, everybody, that was it for my stats and extracurriculars video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I really hope I didn't leave out anything. So if I did, drop a comment below and let me know, because I'll definitely reply, and I will let you guys know that I'll answer that question that I left out. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't went to go watch the college decisions reactions video that I made, put it right here again. Go watch that, John, and like, subscribe. I mean, you don't have to, but it helps a brother out. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Juniors, sophomores, freshmen, anyone worrying about college, you guys got this. Remember, God truly has a plan for you, and you guys will do great. No matter what the outcome is, it does not change you as a person. I know it sounds niche, but you guys are going to be just the same. You guys are always going to be special. I know it sounds niche and cheesy, but you guys are always going to be special no matter what college you got into, got rejected from. It doesn't matter. So you guys have a great life. Have a great day. Love y'all. Peace out.